I'm going to take your, I had you on mute here, so I'm going to take you off right now. So anyway, I'm going to introduce Danny Riley here. He is he's been a floor trader in Chicago for many years. I think over 30 years. Danny runs a company called Mr. Top Step. Some of you may be familiar with it. I've mentioned it quite a bit over the last couple of years, and you're probably going to hear Danny's. You're probably going to be hearing the L train there in the background. But anyway, Danny's been around for many years. He's one of those guys that you recognize. He's seen it all, okay, and probably he's seen it all 2 or 3 times. And he's an experienced trader. He's a great guy. He's got a great service with Mr. Top Step. They follow the markets constantly with news flow, with option flow, and also with the S&P 500. They call out moments in time when it appears the markets are going to move. There goes the train. And so I'm really delighted and happy to have Danny with me. He's a good friend of mine, and he's a great guy. And he's going to talk a little bit about Mr. Top Step. He's going to talk about a little bit of what he does, and hopefully, the one thing I like about Danny, he comes in with some of these awesome stories. He'll have you grip to your seat listening to some of what he's gone through over the years. He's got scars like all of us do. Things are changing as we speak. Everything's in motion right now with floor trading. So Danny's tried to figure out a way to funnel his experience and his knowledge and pass it along to people. And I think through Mr. Top Step, he's doing that very well. So Danny, go ahead and take it away. I'm going to mute myself. Go ahead and talk, and the audience is all yours. Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much, Bob, and thank you guys for coming in this morning. I'm honored to be here. I follow Bob constantly. He's a great trader, and as I just spoke to him about, we're going to be talking about giving Bob some money to trade for our firm. But anyways, on a separate note, a little bit about me. I started as a runner on the Board of Trade when I was 18. My parents actually had a printing company down at 600 West Van Buren, about 5 or 6 blocks away from the Board of Trade. Long story short, my dad went to Notre Dame, my brother went to Notre Dame, grew up in an Irish Catholic family. By the time, 6 girls, 4 boys, by the time I got out of high school, to tell you the truth, there wasn't enough dough to have me sent off to Notre Dame. And I met a girl by the name of Mary Claire Kane at a bar out in Forest Park, Illinois one day, and she asked me why I was depressed, and I said, well, I'm working for my dad's printing company, and I hate it. It's a family-owned company. And she said, well, Danny, I run a company called Agra Trading on the Board of Trade floor, and if you want to come down and work from my desk, you can show up tomorrow morning. So that day, I got my dad in his big black Cadillac, and we drove through the west side to get downtown, and when we pulled in the parking lot, I got out of the car and I started heading toward the lake, and my dad turned around and said, where are you going, son? And I said, to the Board of Trade, and he said, that's the greatest thing I've ever heard. And that was 35 years ago. But anyways, I started my career in the grain room as a runner, and then I went into the bond room, which you guys all know was the largest futures pit in the world. I was around when Tom Baldwin started, when he started with $5,000 and turned it into over $180 million. I've worked for Rick Barnes. I've worked for Marty Schwartz. I've worked for just about everybody that is a well-known good trader. My desk was #1 in the S&P in volume for I can't tell you how long. We did everybody's business from Tudor to Soros to More Capital to GLG, Citadel, Merrill Lynch, Prop, Goldman Prop, AIG, SocGen, you name it, we executed. Over the summer, we've done it, while a lot of people were kind of a bit quiet, everybody was talking about lower volumes, we did about 400,000 grain options, and we did about $1.5 million crude options. And those are the big markets that we concentrate on, but we're also an S&P option desk. Now, we were probably second in volume in the S&P options until MF Global came along, and that would be another story for another day. And surely I'd like to talk to you about that and give you my view But as we know, the markets are going to open here. So let's jump ahead a little bit. For those of you guys that know me, great. And for those of you that don't, I would suggest really that you go to our website, MrTopStep.com. We've been picked up by Yahoo Finance. We're the first futures and options team on the trading floor of the CME to be handpicked by Yahoo. We create a ton of content. It's by traders for traders. And what Yahoo came to us for is simply one thing and one thing only. And I know this may sound funny, but I believe it after I've looked at this, over the years, and now that they've brought it to my attention, we really are the source, okay? And don't believe that just because electronic trading is taking over the futures bits, that the CME group is dead, that the floor is dead. It's not, and I assure you. If the grains are not moving, then the 10-year notes are moving. If the grains aren't moving, then the meats are moving. And if